Hello collective, and welcome in for a most likely not so general Halloween read. Today is actually Halloween, All Hallows Eve. I hope you're staying safe, staying sane, staying sexy. My energy is a bit low. Devil energy's been doing all it can to possibly get your girl down, but I am a fighter, so here I am. I've got some downloads. I've got a page worth of notes, all right? And then I also want to say that this reading is going to be expanded upon on Patreon, so if you want to come and join me over there, you can. This is feeling very karmic-y, very devil energy, very dark agenda, okay? So the first thing I want to know, for myself as well as the collective, is there does seem to be an increase in spell work being sent to light workers. Whether or not you're on a public platform doesn't really matter. If people know that you have powers or abilities, they're gonna want to mess with you right now. So it seems as if beauty spells are coming up a lot, especially for those in the public eye. That could be impacting like your weight, your skin, how you're seen, maybe your hair, teeth, like just self-image in general seems to be attacked, quite literally, as in people are trying to change the quality of you, or they're trying to impact how you see yourself or how other people see you. So just be cognizant of that and try to stay out of your head in regards to things that might come up around insecurities or perceived shortcomings of the sort, okay? Also, all day I've been feeling kind of drunk, which is weird because like I'm sober. So at least psychic sober. I think that's definitely related to some sort of spell work. If you've been experiencing that as well, please do expand upon it. I believe I've seen people talk about like putting people's names or photos inside like whiskey or tequila bottles to make them lose control over themselves. So that could possibly be what's happening, but regardless, just something to keep an eye out for. If you are somebody who consumes substances, maybe do so sparingly or with great discretion at this time, because being sober is a trip enough, okay? Last night, I had a vision come through of a black coffin, and it was like a line like that, just like a regular, simple black coffin, but it was blacked out. And I initially, of course, got the foreboding feeling of death, endings, things of the sort. And then when I was thinking about it earlier this morning, I kind of saw it as a tattoo. So maybe somebody has that as a tattoo. Maybe that's somebody's, marked for death. That just came through. Somebody might be marked for death. Like, you can't get it off, you know? Okay. In my dreams, I had a couple things come up that I just felt called to share with the collective. Lahaina came up, and I'm not going to touch on the implications of what occurred there and the spiritual essence behind everything that's gone on, but I was called to Google what Lahaina meant, and it means merciless sun or cruel sun. And if you're not new here and you've seen my last couple of videos, I've repeatedly mentioned the concept of if a sun is not respected, it can scorch the land, and essentially it gives life or it gives death. So it's just interesting that that's been coming up, and then Lahaina came up in my dream. So there's something about that that could relate to exposure, like exposure of the truth, exposure of someone's true nature, publicity, fame, quite possibly even. Heat, as in like can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen sort of thing. The concept of too much light, as in someone's demons are being exercised via light, via force, or again, it's the concept of the secrets are being brought to the surface and they are like, no, too much light. I also had a run-in with a fellow light worker. I would consider them a mentor, even though they have not directly mentored me, but the individual who is the reason I started reading tarot, Miss Rodin at Balmy Spirit, I was in my dream watching one of her lives, and she was pulling cards, and I am going to assume this card would be from the Lenormand deck, because I know she has that deck, but it didn't seem like a literal card that exists. But she was saying something about a heart card being in reverse, and it kind of had a very heavy implication, and it was in regards to a masculine energy that doesn't need to, pardon me, that doesn't need to be a man, but she was saying like he. So that could be heartbreak, that could be a heart attack or heart concerns, that could be being heartless, quite possibly. Who knows? Okay, so there's that. And then when I was pulling out the cards, I got a vibe I'll tell you about in a second, but the concept of night magic came up, necromancers. So obviously those who work with the dead work with deceased spirits, but also specifically the concept of doing magic around the clock and at night to disrupt someone's sleep schedule, ability to rest, regenerate, get downloads, things of the sort. This does also relate to changes of sleep pattern, astral attacks, and just a general disruption of your rest. Okay, so whether that is actually when you're trying to sleep or you're just trying to wind down for the evening, I think that the collective is going to be experiencing a lot of things like inconveniences, things that just kind of like make you frustrated, you know? And the key here is to actually maintain balance. I had written this down as an entirely unrelated note, but I'm just seeing the connection here now. Losing balance and slipping up was something that I wanted to mention, and I initially saw that when I was writing it down as in the opposition was losing balance and slipping up. But now that I'm saying, you know, they're trying to disrupt you, it's an attempt to make you lose balance and slip up. So that could be on your protection, your routine, whatever your purpose is. There's a desire to make you lose balance and leave that in the past, or at least be unable to put your all into it. The concept of something going up in flames, and I just heard some ringing and then felt like tingles on my shoulder. So I don't know if this is a literal going up in flames or if this is somebody having an angry outburst. Definitely felt like rage, volatility. And then, of course, as we've been dealing with as of indefinitely, it feels, psychic spying. Also, somehow using your phone. That could be a phone tap, but I mean, your phone is a black mirror, right? Yesterday, I was like washing the dishes and I looked down at my phone and there was like smudges on the screen, and I quite literally saw like a snickering witch's face on it. And I'm like, excuse me, Florida water, you know, sage. Very strange. I've had that happen before. And it's always a little shocking, to be honest. I wish I could have taken a photo of it, but like logistically could have been a bit difficult, you know? So in regards to the desire to make you lose balance collective, there was also a note of like feeling overwhelmed by the darkness that is trying to encroach upon you. So whether that's one specific person, friend, family member, lover, cult, coven, government, whatever, whoever it is, I think that the opposition is really wanting us to be on a paranoid sort of defense versus a empowered defense. So make sure that your P's and Q's are, I was gonna say dotted. Your T's are crossed, your I's are dotted, you're on your P's and Q's. But don't allow the negative programming that they're trying to enforce upon you to become so overwhelming that it debilitates you. Okay, so in regards to the cards that came out, there was a Page of Wands who is feeling very, very overwhelmed. They came out with the Nine of Wands in reverse, so I had a feeling of like, this is somebody who's extremely battered, bruised, broken down. The Page and the 9 equals the 10 of Wands, you know, so I'm thinking this is somebody who most likely was trying to cast magic, summon up darkness, have some sort of ill intent towards the collective, and like they got more than they bargained for. Now whether that is in terms of karmic kickback, your spiritual protection, if you had done a return to sender, or if you had done a bit more than that, you know, whatever the case is, somebody is losing it all, okay? We had the 10 of Pentacles come out in reverse, and then I think it was the 6 of Swords in reverse, and the 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords, 5 of Wands. So they were feeling at odds with their environment. They're losing everything, losing their legacy, losing comrades, and they're fighting with themselves, their environment, which did make me feel as if these people are also being haunted as well. And that's not going to be for everybody, but certain people called upon some deities that they really shouldn't have, and that came through quite clearly the last couple days. So they've got some friends, they've got some new roommates, and they would like to revoke those contracts, but some of them were written in blood, so good luck. Run This Town by Beyonce, not Beyonce, what is it, Beyonce? By Jay-Z and Rihanna and Kanye West woke me up this morning. So I'm gonna go into the song on Patreon. I've got a couple small points I want to point out now, but I feel like this is going to get into the like not safe for public YouTube realm, so we're just gonna go into the first couple lines, and if you want to hear more about this song and the downloads associated, as well as a reading that'll go along with it, then come and join us over there. That'll be in the description as well as in the comments, most likely. So the beginning lines: got a problem, tell me now. The only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight. And they were specifically highlighting the tonight thing. So that definitely relates to Halloween and all of the debauchery that is going on tonight. There's a definite attempt from the opposition, the dark side, your haters. I heard clans as well as family, so take that as it resonates, to gain control, and they're trying to probably have some heavy hitting attacks occur this evening. And maybe there are some people who are like no longer really a fan of being associated with this behavior because they're in that Page of Wands sort of energy. Like maybe these are people, I'm just getting the feeling of like somebody who's being initiated into a cult or a coven. Rebuke that. My solar just started going wild, which would make sense actually given what I'm about to say. Somebody, a Page of Wands, so not very well versed in the workings of darkness, took on too much, and now their confidence is shaken. They could be feeling in danger, unrest, they could be feeling like they've lost a lot, and now they're like, I'm backing out. So someone's saying, if you got a problem, tell me now, because like we're gonna run this town tonight. So like, here's your last opportunity to get out, if they even allow them to actually leave. I don't think they would, unfortunately, because I think if this relates to macro scale things, a lot of these people have done things that having knowledge of means they are not allowed to exit the affiliation, you know. Yeah, the only thing that's on my mind, like these people are obsessed. They're obsessed. Collective, they're obsessed with you. Okay, you got fans, you got fanatics. And as I've said in the past, this is not something to celebrate. We don't want these fans, okay? They are dark-minded individuals. We don't want their energy. They can keep it. Like, we'll transmute it. We absolutely will. But, like, just simply, like, I would prefer to not be perceived, personally. I don't know. How about you? Leave it in the comments down below. Jay-Z says, this is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance. Does that not say fraternity, brotherhood, sects, covens, congregation? It's like you're either in or you're out sort of thing, and they're expecting you to pledge your allegiance. So this is like, again, the concept of like signing with blood. Like, you're either with us or you're against us. Okay. He also goes on to say all black everything, and then they said magic to me, so all black magic. So these are people who, I guess, in theory, don't have light left within them, and I'd like to think that everybody can retrieve that light, but maybe not. I don't know, maybe there are things that have been done that are unrecoverable. all black everything, and our girls are blackbirds riding with their Dillingers. And I was like, Dillinger, I thought that was a gun, first off, which, hey, you know what? I wouldn't doubt that that resonates for somebody given this sort of energy. But no, it is an American gangster, and something about American specifically has also been coming up as a synchronicity. I don't know what that's about. Could be the American dream, could be people in America, could be the American structure as a whole. I'm not sure. But no, it's a gangster who is referred to as public enemy number 1, which has also been a synchronicity for a lot of light workers, I think. I'm seeing that in 2 ways. I'm seeing that as collective of light workers, we are seen as the public enemy because we are, we're aware of things that we shouldn't be aware of. So those in power don't like us. And then we're also the public enemy, as in the masses don't really like us because we're seen as like psychotic, off our rockers, really weird. And then we see through them. So we make them uncomfortable and we make them anxious and insecure. So it's kind of like we've got people that should be our comrades against us, as well as the people at the top. So it's like fighting against a lot, to be honest. And then the public enemy number 1 in regards to the flip of powers says that those who have currently and historically, sorry, I just got a notification, something about foster homes. Foster's home for imaginary friends. Somebody got some imaginary friends? Oh, those roommates. Interesting. The people of historically held power are essentially the public enemies, and yet they still hold the power. So it's just it's very interesting. It's funny, weird, not funny, haha. This guy's name was John Herbert Dillinger, and John had been coming up repeatedly on the Patreon reads. And then I also thought, oh yeah, Johnny Depp too, huh? And then I looked up the movie that was about this guy, and I think it actually is called Public Enemy. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Johnny Depp played this guy. So I don't know, something with Johnny Depp specifically. I don't really want to touch on that. The last line I had highlighted was, I get more in depth if you boys really real enough. And then he says something about La Familia. So again, it's like either you're with us or you're without us, and you need to be in the group in order to have this knowledge. So that makes me think of the Masons, and like as you rank up, I want to say rank down because essentially that is what it is, you gain access to more privileged information, and those at the top know the most, and those at the bottom are, I kind of got the image of like an inflatable clown. I don't know why inflatable, kind of just like being rocked back and forth like that. What a strange image to get. They're being misled. I don't want to say mishandled, but if you're really real enough, you get to have the privileged information, but you get that information by compromising yourself and essentially having a blackmail file created on you. It's giving very much Scientology. Anyway, 18 minutes in. Thank you for being here. Let's go in with the cards, alright? With love, light, and gratitude, I call upon the ascended masters, archangels, ancestors, guardians, galactics, and guides, the highest white light and the frequency of love, to assist me in channeling messages clearly and concisely for the highest good of my collective. I'm also going to lovingly and adoringly call upon Saint Germain of the Violet Flame to assist me in all worthy hearts with the effortless and immediate task of transmuting any lower energies, entities, and others seeking to influence us or Gaia at this time. Thank you for blessings, thank you for protection, thank you for guidance, and thank you for connection. I'm also going to declare complete and immediate energetic sovereignty for myself as well as the collective. We're going to blind and block any unlawful remote viewers, psychics, spies, tarot readers, government officials, nosy exes, family members, friends, monitoring spirits, whomever may be seeking to infringe upon our energetic sovereignty. Because we are energetically sovereign beings, we shall act as such and we will be treated as such. And so it shall be. We are also going to repel any and all external energies that do not belong to us and are not for our highest good, while simultaneously reclaiming all of our yummy divine essence so that we may continue to anchor in our highest timeline and become our most truest, authentic selves. I'm going to ask for Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron to shield me in the collective in 1,000 rings of holy lightning, 1,000 rings of holy fire, and 1,000 rings of holy alabaster. We are also going to initiate and invoke the maximum security protocol for myself as well as the collective. We are going to activate any suitable downloads, and we are going to call on all of our divine team to give us some insight for this channeling, okay? Wow. So we've got 3 very positive cards that came out, collective. We've got discipline, success, and imagination. Okay, look at the crown energy, the royal energy, the royal lineage, if I may. And then on the bottom of the deck, our favorite friend, envy, who has been being a constant on the board as of late. Collective, I'm seeing your strength, and I'm seeing why the opposition is trying to run this town, because they are going up against someone who's got a lot of determination and horsepower is what I heard. Horsepower. You are using your imagination to seed a new world, and they're ringing me already. So you are seen as this big threat, this big boss. Male or female energy, it really does not matter. You are disciplined, you are consistent, and that's what they're trying, and they're ringing me as well. That's why they're trying to knock you off your base, off your square, and direct energy weapons might be relevant for some of you. And I'm hearing ringing. Okay. I'm just focused on like how there's, again, something at the center there, which has been showing up in the last, actually it hasn't shown up recently, but something with that focus point, the focal point, like you are the focal point, and there is a lot of energy attacks directed at you now, whether that's weapons or witches. Which W, choose one. Yeah, you've got a lot of people really shooketh. Under discipline, we've got a Knight of Swords. Okay, upright, so I like that. That is discipline. That's don't fuck with me, fellas. This ain't my first rodeo. Under success, we've got a Page of Wands in reverse. Page of Wands, back out. You have successfully defeated your Page of Wands. And then under imagination, we've got a High Priestess in reverse. This is about trying to infiltrate your mind palace collective. The Fortune Teller in reverse. This is also about people trying to maybe implant ideas, implant doubt, disrupt your imagination, maybe even pull things from your dreams. Those astral attacks are seeming especially relevant. Just the things that you create and the things that you channel from the higher dimensions, they're seen as particularly valuable and useful is what I heard at this moment in time. Okay, we're gonna go in with the Halloweeny deck and get a couple cards. All right, Spirit, can you please give my collective the most valuable, relevant messages in the frequency of love? I'm gonna ask the archangels to guard over this reading and my collective. Who do we got out here? On the fence, we've got an Ace of Swords. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but I'm going to hold it up for you to see, okay? That looks like a Mayan god. Aztec synchronicities have been showing up as of late, and the sun is standing out to me, how there are clouds around it. I think that's the desire to hide the truth, distort the truth. Of course, obviously, Ace of Swords on the fence. Wanting to suffocate it as well. This man. Take it as it resonates, collective. But for those of you who know that people have done voodoo on you, they have tried to petition Gede spirits against your life, and it has not gone successfully. However, it won't stop them from trying continuously, okay? So, yeah. I'm gonna leave that as it is. Ace of Swords here on the fence. We got this dragon thing that's looking angry, but also kind of like seductive. It's very strange energy, to be honest. It's giving me very much envy, very much wearing a mask of falseness. Not collective. Spirit, can you tell my collective about this Ace of Swords on the fence, please? Oh no, what's up with all the drama today? Ace of Cups in reverse, giant whale. Okay, so we've got two aces out here to start, and neither of them are looking too sturdy. So we've got the emotions and we've got the logic. Oh, someone's off balance. As I said, someone's off balance. Okay, the Leviathan spirit might also make an appearance. Dragons are very, very relevant. Also the stars, your star family, your galactic lineage can be especially relevant or being activated, I want to say. Oh, your galactic DNA could be activated. Spirit, what else do we need to know about this story, please? Emotional upset, deception, lack of clarity, lies that span from delusion, insecurity, and possibly possession for some of you. We've got a Seven of Wands out here. I don't really know which way it fell, to be honest. Not that it matters. This is a mummy, and he's snarling. I don't know why. That's so strange. I'm getting a feeling of like sounding the alarm or like warning shots. It's so strange. A lot of defensiveness. I think somebody or multiple people, as I mentioned with the cards that came through at the beginning, they're fighting amongst their comrades. It was the fire ant energy from like the read a month ago or something, where collective, you are no longer able to be influenced by these people and their negativity, so they are turning on everybody and they're like short-tempered, they're angry, the energy exertion is being returned to them and it's making them quite unstable, also uncertain. Some of these people might have familiars. Whoa, that was so strange. Rebuke that. That they think are going to protect them from their energy exertion, and I don't think they're right about that, because I'm just focusing on this cat in this photo, and the cat looks fine, but the mummy does not. So I think if these people were expecting their animals to take the burden on for them, Spirit's like, no, you're getting it all, and then some, I heard. Knight of Cups in reverse, Jinn. This is an insincere individual. This is, again, emotionally unstable. This is somebody who could be experiencing quite a bit of pride at this moment. Somebody's got their arms crossed and they're looking real smug, okay? So, again, it's very similar energy in both of these cards. I hope you can see their expressions. But they're both, like, very on the defense, very on guard. I'm getting the feeling of, like, someone doesn't know who they can trust. But it's just like, well, if you were operating with shady individuals in your familia, don't be surprised when inevitably they turn on you, because it's only a matter of time. It's like if someone talks shit about everybody when they leave the room, don't think you're going to be excluded from that when you leave the room, you know? Spirit, what else do we need to know about this story, please? Death. And then the Star in reverse. And then the Leviathan. As I said, 10 of Cups. They obviously, collective, wanted an end to your divinity, an end to your existence for some of you, quite possibly. But the feeling I got was like, you're not where they expect you to be, or like death got the wrong address, or the right address, really, especially if this relates to Baron Samedi. It's like they tried to send this energy to you, but look, death is in a boat off on the water. This tooth fairy here is in the sky above land. So it's just like a disconnect here. You know? These people could have worked in groups of 3. Time's up though. That hourglass. Hourglasses are also synchronous. Because time's up, of course. Tooth fairy. This again speaks to the fact that you are most likely experiencing some astral attacks, and while you're supposed to be sleeping and resting and communing with your guides, there are people who are doing not so savory things. But you are still getting the protection that is necessary. You're just maybe feeling a bit lethargic, a bit, you know, not like your finest self, as I said I was experiencing, but you're still kicking, right? Spirit, can you tell me about this star in reverse, please? 6 of Wands on the fence, golem. They tried to do this by force and by summoning circle. They wanted success. They wanted to triumph over you. They wanted to beat you into submission. What they ended up doing was summoning up something that was much bigger than them and is about to unground them. I have seen this card before, but I've never noticed that there's an individual down here who's summoning this golem. I saw the circle, but I didn't see this individual. This is the Cult Covens. I did just get Bohemian Grove, especially with this sort of arena-like look. They summoned up something that is about to go. And then Miss Tooth Fairy over here is just going to be flying off into the ethers, minding her own business, okay? Spirit, tell me a bit more. All these cards are coming out sideways. Why is that? Because they're trying to play with the fate. Okay, I see. So most of these cards are... I'll say all of these cards are really in your favor collective, but they're coming out sideways because there are people tinkering around in the ethers trying to have their particular storyline come to pass. 4 of Swords, Vampire. Yeah, the power of, oh no, 5. 3 to 5 people could be working together. For some of you, it's a lot more than that, they want me to say, though. They're trying to keep up with you. They're trying to take you out. They are trying to impact your sleep, impact your ability to regenerate and connect with yourself as well as the higher powers. They're trying to leave you feeling drained and exhausted and depleted, because that is what gives them energy, okay? So let's see if there's anything for death. Spirit, do we have any cards for death, please? Do we need to know anything about this death energy here? I want to actually look at the card a bit closer in a second. Queen of Cups in reverse, the Gorgon. Spirit, tell us about this death card, please. Thank you. Also on the fence. 4 of Pentacles on the fence. Echidna? DNA. A synchronicity for more than a few of you, most likely. Your royal DNA, your royal lineage. Some of these people have tried to extend their life by taking yours. Extend their blessings by taking yours. They have tried to own death. They have tried to tempt death, tempt deities into taking offers. I don't know what that's about, but it's giving me the same energy as this 6 of Wands here. It's just like, do you know what you're doing right now? Because you're acting awfully first grade, kindergarten. Yeah, that feeling of inevitability again, collective, it just seems as if these people have tried to strong arm forces much bigger than them, and it's not going well. It hasn't gone well, but due to the fact they've invested time, energy, money, resources, they don't want to back down. Some of them can't back down because they're obsessed with black magic, and they're obsessed with you and your success and your discipline and your imagination. So they're constantly reaching for that success that they one time had, whether this was against you when you weren't quite as up on your spiritual protection, or in regards to what they've done to people in the past. They're like, I'm so close, I can taste it, but they can't actually taste it. What they said is their tongue's about to be cut out of their mouth. And I started to say that, and I'm like, should I say that? They're like, say it. Especially if these people have been talking-ish against you. And then for some of you, this is a case of them using word witchery as well as incantations and constantly speaking over your life to cause harm to you. Their tongue is about to be cut out of their mouth. Okay, Spirit, what else do we need to know? Again, on the fence, Amazon, Queen of Swords. I thought she had some scales over her back, but no, it's a sword. But again, with the card coming out sideways, I got the feeling of, oh, and then the devil's on the bottom of the deck, the demons. Them wanting to unbalance you. This is really being highlighted, collective, especially with how I was feeling when I first started this video. It's like they need this Queen of Swords, this divine masculine, divine feminine, to be unbalanced so that they can have their victory. Okay, so if you're experiencing anything that I've talked about, please do even the smallest thing to make yourself feel better, and that'll compound. Like, if your environment's feeling really stuffy, maybe like open up a window and brush off some surfaces, or like put things away. Or if you're feeling down on yourself, then, you know, take a shower with your favorite things, or a bath, regardless of your gender. Men, start having more bubble baths. They're amazing, okay? And also spiritually, you need them. We all need them. They're trying to imbalance you so that this little snake in the grass can slither into your skull and corrupt your programming, okay? Because, again, you are seeding that new earth, that successful high vibrational timeline, and your haters are over here obsessed, giving you the green eye and the evil eye, and you are being heavily suggested to not let them have any impact on you. And that's easier said than done, of course. But remember, you are divine masculine, divine feminine, and you are dealing with Page of Wands, all right? So don't open the door for strangers, is what I'm called to say. Don't know what that's about. But thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, subscribe. Join us on Patreon. Book me for personal down below. Go create some magic and stay safe.